So policies. Policies are a resource management technique which tells us what to, which basically allocates resources depending on the privileges of a user and their access rights. And they're typically used in the process of account management. So as I've mentioned before, it allocates specific resources on a computer based on the access rights and the user privileges. So say, for example, you have a computer in which there are multiple student logins, right? Or when we used to have the PCs at school, you would have multiple students logging into one computer. Each login of the student that would log in to a computer would have different access rights depending on their login. So in order, as I've mentioned before, in order for a user to gain access to the resources, username and logins or other forms of authentication, such as through fingerprint, when we go onto our phones, say for example, fingerprint or biometrics can be used to get access to these resources. Advantages and disadvantages. So advantages, it provides a secure method for data to be stored and accessed, and it makes the allocation of resources easier. As for example, you can share resources to different people within the network, or within a network easier, or more directly, instead of putting it on one kind of base and everyone have access to it. And a disadvantage would be that it could possibly be easily accessed depending on the form of authentication used. So say, for example, if you use a password, it may be more susceptible to get into an account, where as opposed to using other forms such as fingerprint or facial recognition. And as an example I've mentioned earlier, say for example schools, and resources are allocated, resources and different access rights are allocated based on privileges. So teachers would have certain rights, such as to create shared folders or shared drives, whereas students would have limited rights to view content and create content within their space. And again, within a shared network, and with PCs within a shared network, multiple logins on a single computer each have their own set of privileges and access rights. Yeah, that's it.